mean,
Good. How are you?
What if more people will show up now that it's getting to be like nighttime and people are home?
Yeah, it seems like there's more people in general that are like on compared to earlier morning.
Be back in a sec. Let me get some water.
It's easy for some people, it's super complicated for others.
Exactly. I'll text and I'll make fun of him.
He might be sleeping. He might be watching the YouTube. Blake made it.
Blake, where's Blake? Oh, Blake.
Hi.
Oh, you your hands too. I'm on the computer this time. I forgot my headset in San Fran.
Okay. I'm trying. You can see my hands moving. Okay, cool.
I can see your hands moving.
I forget how to do this, Brendan. I'm like, what am I doing?
Like, I can wave to you. Hold on. How do I do this? I'm close.
I can't remember.
Oh no.
There's an echo. When I talk, I can hear myself talking back.
There's no echo on my end. You sound fine.
Okay. Okay. This is cool. I can see all the books.
I know it is. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna grab my controller.
Is Jeromy here? I don't even know what everybody's avatars are. I forget. Here. Let's see. Go like that. What am I doing? Oops.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. I'm back on. I think you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm trying all the controls. I just took a picture.
I'm trying to take a video, but I can't. I'm like trying to prop my phone up. No, I think I'm just bad at it.
Okay. Well, this is a different system than I used last time, so it's like all different. I don't know. How do I turn around?
You're gonna be banned from this play.
I'm gonna be banned, literally. Oh God. No, I don't know. As long as I don't fly around, I won't feel sick. Last time I felt so sick.
Oh my God.
Flying.
I see my height change relative to you.
Brendan is working with Matt. Trying to get Matt in here. No, Brendan's right behind looking at the posters. Jeromy is talking to Matt.
Okay.
It's like all the things all at once.
Oh, there's so much stuff going on.
I know. This is our little stage.
Okay.
Yeah. And it might just be the three of you.
Okay.
Let's see how Jeromy comes back.
I think I'm texting Matt right now.
Okay. You guys like the size of your covers? Is this pretty cool or what?
No, it's awesome. I was just trying to take a video with my phone of it. It's very cool.
I took a picture. I couldn't do a video. Let's see.
I propped up my I did all that.
Oh, in the headset, if you want to, I could tell you how to take a video, but sometimes it makes your visuals a little screwy.
Okay, don't do that then. I'm not gonna do that. I'll get nauseous.
And it might make you nauseous. But the world is pretty cool, right? You guys got to see the Galactic Forest, and now you get to see Horizon City, and the other one that we did for George was the Undead District. But we'll have to take.
I didn't see the Undead District yet. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that one was really cool. That one was really cool.
Yeah, if George will show up, we'll see. He got scared. He found out I was coming.
Where?
Oh, here we go.
Here.
Jeremy's in the.
Should I put the dance?
What was what?
You know.
What do you need to tell me?
Everybody's up there in the bleachers, but then they look tiny on camera because they're far away.
Yeah, the stage is so far away.
Let me take another picture here. Selfie. Ooh.
Hey, let me get in. Like, I get into your stuff.
Ah, that's what I look like. Okay. I want to. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Okay, can we do it?
Dancing. Yeah, let's try. Where are you? Move around. Wait. Look, I kind of got us. Wait, can you see? No wait. Can you see myself?
I can't. It looks like you're looking at your hands to me.
Okay, wait. Stay there. Stay there.
Lindsay, how did your
Oh, see?
horse competition
I
go?
got it.
Wait, I can't see it.
I haven't. Oh, shoot. It shows me. I'm like, oh, we got it. Okay. The last. I'm being too loud and I'm breaking shit here. Man, so I missed it. Oh. What?
Wait, there we go. Oh wait, did the thief call me?
The next what did they say?
Wait, so you have to close to hear people talk. 'Cause now
I didn't go to that one either. Yeah, I can't hear you. Because Money went to Burning Man this year. It would have been like too tight schedule-wise. The only one left this year is in Cloverdale, the weekend, like Halloween weekend, end of October. But I don't know if I'm going yet.
Yeah. Get it. If you're going, you should hang out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I want to. I miss my ponies.
I bet.
So we'll see. Hopefully it'll work out.
Yeah. How's your dissertation stuff going?
I mean, it's going. I'm putting my head back into it finally. For the first time in like, since the pandemic, basically.
Rad.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, it's something. Now that I'm not teaching, I don't have like a viable excuse to not be doing it.
Yeah. I get it. Josh is really frustrated with. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I can't stop
I know,
yawning.
I hit the
Josh
point
is.
where I like could not stop yawning now.
Yeah. Josh is really frustrated.
That LVRN went over pretty smooth.
So hard to break out of and do the whole time.
Oh god, I know. Yeah.
Hey Doug, where's the stage? That way. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, the stage is where that guy with the hat on.
Okay, good.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, the green shirt.
Thank you. Just checking.
Yeah.
Login issues are plaguing us on this. You relaxed. Well, yeah, go grab the dancing man and bring it back.
Create a diversion.
Diversion. Very scene.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't think I have marshmallows. I just have like the
All right.
other ones that are a different brand.
Oh no, the marshmallow one's right there.
I can't do that, so I can't. Oh, I can get that one. Yeah. To retrieve it.
I don't know. Worth it? Who knows? Maybe.
Who's that?
This is the pre-show while everybody gets their
Pre-show.
handled.
Is that like a
Want to
bot?
make an
It's the
announcement
hype
for
man.
everyone? Please stand by.
Is that a bot or something?
It's just an animated thing on a loop.
Animated what?
Okay, how do we get drones?
It's just an animated object on a loop.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you doing, Lindsay?
This dancing guy.
For like 12 hours.
People are showing up their hearts and
Dancing guy's
and
all
love
about
for
it.
So that's good.
Yeah, I know. I can't do that. I have vertigo, so I can't do that. That's why I'm on the.
Yeah, I know. I need to swap out and
Free show.
do
I
the
love it.
Free
I
show.
want to be
2D
that
version
big.
in a
It's
minute.
unfair.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing.
Next year, I'll just do the
Today's gone
pre-show,
by.
please.
All of
Yeah,
these,
just
like,
do the
hours
pre-show.
Gone by
Just
so
dance
quickly.
Super fast.
Like that.
Super
Yeah,
fast.
it's
I mean,
crazy.
it's like
I'm like,
almost,
whoa, we're already
you
at
know,
the 7 o'clock.
a couple more hours. Yeah, like a few
Yeah,
more hours.
it's nuts.
I know, but it ended up being really, really great.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
smooth so far. This
Oh,
is,
no.
I think this is.
Oh
the
wow,
first
Medney,
time
you
we've
look
Calm
great.
down.
Hi, Matt.
Hello.
Had it too.
Let's get this.
Took you long
I
enough,
totally
man.
forget how to do this.
started.
I have no idea what's going on.
I'm like, what is
Okay,
happening?
so we're gonna have you guys on the stage area, right over
This
here.
way? I hope you all
Right
like
here.
the hype, man.
You got it.
You
Get
can
Blake
go back
over
and dance in
here,
his
and Brendan,
that
corner.
was
Jeromy, and
Brendan.
Matt,
Panel is just about ready
I
to
asked for the
start.
job next time.
right?
Brendan.
Awesome. Are we gonna get the dancing distraction? Awesome. Great. When you guys are ready to take questions from the audience, just let me know, and then I will ask people to raise their hands and give them the microphone and stuff like that. Just to remind you, you're going to be amplifying your voice. So if you go to Host Tools, which is on the right, and you'll see Amplify, and you're going to amplify your voice, and that way everyone can hear you. You're going to turn on your own microphone.
Okay.
Matt, do you want to
Hello.
come over here?
Oh,
Perfect.
Hello?
Amplified? Awesome.
Am I clicked
How
amplify.
do amplify again? I forget.
yes, I think we're all amping.
I think
Hello,
Host
everyone.
Tools
Am I
on the right?
mine go on?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amplify.
Brendan, check your mic.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Amplify.
Thank you.
You're all good. Okay, guys, I'm going to hand over the floor to you.
All right.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody.
The camera, so.
Hi, camera. So welcome to the Heavy Metal After Dark panel. My name is Jeromy DeChant. I'm the marketing and sales director for Heavy Metal. I'm going to be as animated as possible for the camera that's in front of me. We unfortunately have two panelists who were not able to make it. Bob Fingerman is a little bit under the weather. He is the creator of Dottie's Inferno and Pariah that you see there in the giant form. He worked on Mad Magazine. Unfortunately, again, a little under the weather, did not want to give you a computer virus, so he stayed home. And George C. Romero, if you were at our panel earlier, you know that George owns a restaurant. And with owning a restaurant, sometimes restaurant emergencies happen. So George had to run to his restaurant and deal with an emergency. He's going to try to join us. He may join in progress if we're super lucky. But right now we're just hoping everything's okay with his restaurant. But we do have some wonderful panelists for you here. We have the eccentric and amazing Mr. Brendan Columbus.
And
Hi,
handsome.
Brendan.
And
Hi,
handsome.
guys.
And humble, incredibly humble.
Yeah, of course. Most importantly, humble.
And then we have Canada's sweetheart all the way from the Great White North, Miss
Woo!
Blake Northcott.
I made it.
Yay.
And then we have the CEO and captain and my boss, Mr. Matt Medney.
What's up, everyone? I'm trying to fix this reverb issue I think you guys are all hearing, so I apologize, but really excited to be here.
I don't hear it, Matt.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, no, you sound good now. Matt writes a
he,
lot
Matt?
of
Where is he?
sci-fi, and the robots know. The robots know.
The
that he's a
robots
threat.
always know.
They know.
They're sabotaging his VR experience. So we're going to get into it. This is Heavy Metal After Dark. We're going to talk about a few of the things upcoming for heavy metal. If you were at our 10:30 panel, thank you so much, because that was super early, and I'm really proud of you for being here all day. We talked about a few of the titles that were coming out, but today we're going to focus on basically the magazine, these creators, and everything that you can look forward to in the world of heavy metal that I'm allowed to talk about without my boss firing me, who's over there. So getting started, we're going to talk about each of your individual works here. Brendan, you're to my left, so I'm going to start with you. Brendan, let's talk about Savage Circus, and what is Savage Circus, if you don't know?
Well, Savage Circus is the story of a small mining town, and a circus train of the most savage animals in the world, all man killers, crashes, just letting loose into the crowd. And now our cop, Brady Harrison, has to go through town, save the city, all on Christmas Eve. It's a lot of fun. It's like, I don't know, it's like an old Spielberg movie. It's I love it. It's very gory, very violent. I think it's funny. It's a good comic.
Now, so the story actually reminds me a lot of Gremlins, ironically.
Yes.
It's very a Christmas story. Like, Gremlins is my favorite Christmas movie, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
I think Savage Circus is up there as a great Christmas story. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm hoping when it's a movie, you'll take Gremlins off your #1 spot.
Oh, that's fighting words. That's fighting words.
I know. We're trying. No, it's. I mean, this was just such a fun time to set a movie. It's like Shane Black sets all his movies during Christmas, all the classics. So I had a ton of fun light, and in the comic too. All the Christmas lights add some good, color to the night sequences too.
Perfect. And Blake, you are the writer and creator of Arena Mode, which is up there in a giant, nice little poster. I see somebody checking out.
Yes.
And you also did Synapse with heavy metal, but you've also written on Catwoman and what was the other one? It wasn't Saga. You corrected me on this. What was the other one?
Oh, no, Nora Saga. It was Nora Saga I did, and
Nora Saga,
Vampirella. Yeah. Thanks, Jeromy.
Perfect. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Arena Mode and what's happening there.
Sure. First of all, I have to say this is absolutely fantastic. I can't get over how great all the artwork looks blowing up, like this big. It looks spectacular. I feel like I'm in the middle of like Times Square, and these are all like crazy projections in Times Square. It looks so cool. I'm just blown away by this. This is amazing. So thank you to everybody who came out here today to hear this. But yeah, Arena Mode is actually a story that I wrote 10 years ago, and it centers around Matthew Moxon, who's the incredible cover over there. So it's basically the tale of his journey, where he has this inoperable brain tumor, and he ends up having to scam his way into and trick his way into a tournament to fight against superhumans so that he can try to win the entire $1 billion prize to get the life-saving kind of technology surgery that he needs with his brain. So it's really fun. It's like an adventure. There's lots of action, and it's so amazing having everyone at Heavy Metal be behind it. And I love the new cover that we got done here, and there's new artwork attached. So they did an incredible deluxe edition where there's new artwork, and this cover is done by Isaac Escorza, and I just think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great cover, and Isaac Escorza, for those who don't know, has worked on The Last Ronin, has a new series, The Door, coming out. Very fantastic artist. Him and his brother are super talented.
Right.
So Blake, we're allowed to talk a little bit about this, but this is we're moving towards a live action Arena Mode, right?
Right. So it's in development with, we've partnered with Heavy Metal Studios, and I'm very excited to see what happens with it going forward. It's moving into development, and it's just incredible. What an incredible experience working with everyone. And, you know, to see something take on like all these new fans and people who are getting exposed to it now, it's so fun. I just love what everything that heavy metal has done.
Gotcha. Well, let's go to Mr. Matthew Medney. Are you with us?
I am.
All right.
Sadly.
So you, I like to consider you a guru of sci-fi. You have with us, you've got Stable, you've got Darkwing, you've got Beyond Kuiper, and now you've got 2 new titles coming out with us, which over here you can see are Remnant and Above the Ground. Tell us a little bit about Remnant and Above the Ground, Matt.
Yeah, so I mean, first, before I get into that, you know, just echoing what Brendan and Blake have been saying, this is pretty cool that we're in here, you know, as a sci-fi lover, you know, early adoption of stuff like this is like how the future becomes reality. That's really, really cool to just see this all coming together. And arena mode is fantastic, and so is Savage Circus, though I wish there were more man-eating giraffes, but, you know, you can't have everything you want. But, you know, Remnant is really cool, futuristic sci-fi noir. It takes place 450 years from now, but because of a crazy economic collapse, the idea of technology was sort of thrown away. So the technology that's used is very advanced, but theoretically primitive for the time, which is an interesting conundrum to play with. And the attire is that of the 1920s because the people of this era wanted to go back to a simpler time before the destruction of their entire system. We focus in on this journalist who uncovers a rabbit hole, and we kind of see how deep that rabbit hole goes. And then Above the Ground is actually my second novel series that comes out. I wrote it with Bob Greenberger, who's this amazing science fiction guru. He has written everything from Predator to Star Trek and everything else in between, and is just an absolute pleasure to work with. And Above the Ground is a survival story where 200 years in the future, and all the Native Americans on the earth have vanished in what was called the Vanishing. And now, 100 years after that, a nuclear holocaust is impeding Earth. And we focus in on this botanist, David Anders, and his quantum mechanics invention, Apple's Advanced Plant Life Systems. And when a nuclear winter happens, the guy that knows how to use quantum mechanics to grow plants and potatoes and food becomes the most important resource on the planet. And we follow his story as he learns what actually happened to the Native Americans those 100 years ago in this really fun post-apocalyptic thriller. I'm really excited about that. We actually just submitted the final proof of the book to the printer this morning, so it's really fresh on my mind.
There we go. And both of those are coming out very soon, so keep your eyes out for both Above the Ground and Remnant. And if you have not yet, you can pick up Stable and Darkwing, which we have. This is the cover for the collected edition, isn't it, Matt?
It is, yeah. Darkwing comes out early 2023. 252 pages of planet-flying mayhem. So I'm pretty excited about that. For anyone that's been reading Darkwing the magazine, thanks. And if you haven't, you should totally check out the trade. All of the Darkwing art was done by a buddy of mine, Luigi Almani, who's this incredible Mandalorian artist for Lucasfilm, who graced the page for me and sort of brought the Darkwing to life in a way that has never happened before.
The art is insane. It's great.
Yeah,
Really
the coloring
overshadows
is insane.
And then you also have Stable, which is kind of a tale of two cities in space. Want to talk about that one a little bit?
3 arcs, 2 worlds, 1 chance at survival. Stable is the story of what happens when it's over and you've lost and you've conceded to losing, and a glimmer of hope happens, and you're able to send a small faction of civilization into the stars. and how do you rectify the people that you have to leave behind when you were going to be dead anyway, but now choosing who goes and who stays, and the emotional impact of maybe leaving family behind to take an extra scientist, or not even thinking of taking your family to take an extra scientist on this expedition to an alien world that you have no idea what's actually there, but you know it's better than the Earth that's about to die because the sun's going to explode. And we follow 11 characters on the arcs and 11 characters left behind, and how those two storylines intertwine in apropos Jeromy Tales of Two City kind of way. And you know, aliens can never really be trusted, as we all know, so it becomes pretty fun and adventurous.
Says the green guy with the purple mohawk. Let's talk a little bit about heavy metal and your experience with heavy metal. Blake, you moved spots with Brendan, who's now moving towards me.
Sorry.
We're just moved around in VR. Blake, tell me a little bit about your experience with coming to heavy metal, and maybe your experience with heavy metal before you came to heavy metal.
Yeah, I think that we talked about this on a couple of other panels that we've been on, Jeromy, but the difference between working for, let's say, the big two, and having to work on established characters that have this incredible history behind them, going into those situations and those types of storytelling is so rewarding, but also sometimes can be a little bit limited in what you're able to do with the character. So when I had spoken with Matt about coming to heavy metal, I mean, he's just got so many incredible visions for the future, and I just really felt excited by his passion for all the different ways that we could move into different areas and different genres. So getting to write with them is always amazing. Like everything that I submit, I feel like they're always pushing me forward to do crazier things, or to go outside of the box. They're always like, we're going to do something crazier. So it's really, as an artist, it's so liberating to feel so creative and to have all of these avenues that are open to us, in this world of heavy metal. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. And yeah, I'm just having a great time working here, and everyone has been so supportive, and I just love where it's going.
I'm going to ask a lot of the same questions we've had on other panels. I keep a lot of the same material.
Yeah. Okay.
Brendan, what about you? How did you get stuck with us?
Oh, geez. I tried to go everywhere first. Savage Circus was a movie script first. I went around Warner Brothers, Paramount, everywhere, Universal. I got rejected every time because they're like, first of all, this is way too bloody. It's rated R. It would cost $200 million to shoot. Only a madman would make this. And then I met Matt, the Madman Medney, and we signed up. And he said he would make it into a comic. And I sent him the script, and I was like, oh, good. I sold my script to heavy metal. This is awesome. I've always been a big fan of the comic. My dad used to read it all the time. And then on Monday, I get a call, and Matt's like, hey, man, can you send the panels in by next week? I was like, what the hell? I thought I just gave him the script, but then I had to panel the entire comic out too. But it was one of my favorite things I've ever done. It was a lot like storyboarding. So I paneled all 15 issues. And I couldn't be happier with it. It's done now. I got another one in the pipeline, hopefully coming out to heavy metal soon, but they're the best guys to work for.
Are we allowed to talk about the other one? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's go.
Yeah. We don't even have a name, though.
Well, we have a name. That doesn't mean that
Savage
it's
Crosses.
true.
We don't have an approved name. Working title name.
Working title, and it's not even related to Savage Circus. Matt just wants a Brendan anthology where every title has Savage in it.
It just feels right.
It's sick.
Just feels right.
It is
What
very
savage
cool.
story are we going to be telling with you, Brendan?
This one will be about a post-apocalyptic vampire story with a very good twist on it that we should not reveal, Matt. I know Matt's dying to, but it is too much fun to find out.
We got to read it.
Away, yeah. Yeah, people.
Keep an eye out for
I
the
think,
savage vampire.
yeah, like 5% of people will die when they read the first issue. It's so exciting.
I'm going to put that in our marketing. Thank you for that.
Yeah, good.
Warning. 5% of
Warning,
people.
5% of you won't survive this reading.
Won't survive reading the first.
Yeah.
Actually, Jeromy,
so
that's very approved. That needs to be in the material.
Instantly approved.
Matt, what about, I mean, you are the CEO of Heavy Metal. You are, obviously you run a lot of this. Huh?
That's what they tell me.
you run some ship, but like, how did you, what was your first experience with Heavy Metal, and how did you get brought into all of this? Little history.
I think I always flip-flop between, if my first experience was when I went down a Mobius rabbit hole when I first got introduced to Star Wars, or if it was actually the 81 movie, but those two things kind of came in tandem with each other pretty quickly. I've always been curious about origins of things, like how things began has always been something that that interested me. So as I started getting into how sci-fi, as we know, and fantasy and horror sort of been shaped over the last 45 years, you stumble upon Heavy Metal pretty emphatically. And for me, the brand having this cultural moment in the 80s that has shaped and informed and inspired everything that we love today is a badge of honor for the brand. And I think we try to honor that with what we're doing for the next 40 years, with all the stories that we're telling and the creatives that we're trying to lift up and give a voice to and give pages to. But, for me, one of the biggest moments that I remember of reading Heavy Metal was when I stumbled upon the long Romero in Heavy Metal in 1978 in the February issue by Mobius, because I recognized quickly a lot of stuff from Star Wars in it. And just the idea that a franchise as mission critical to science fiction as Star Wars was being inspired that quickly and that early by Heavy Metal is just a testament to what Dionne and Droulet and Mobius were doing at the time. And I hope that we're doing the same thing today for creatives that aren't even born yet.
That's great. We are going to switch over to kind of upcoming. We kind of covered this a little bit with Brendan already, but we're going to talk about what everybody has coming up. Brendan just attacked me. Security. And then we are going to open it up to questions from the audience. So if you guys have a question, go ahead and start thinking of it, and then we'll start taking those questions from you guys in virtual reality. So Blake, what do we have upcoming from you?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this because I've been working on it, Matt, for about almost a year now. So we have, we've partnered with Untitled Entertainment, which is a film development and company, Hollywood, and they represent Hollywood talent. So Heavy Metal has partnered with them, and we're doing this incredible graphic novel, which is called Blue Jackets. And it's this amazing ensemble story of all of these female pirates that go on different adventures. And we've managed to incorporate so many different elements into it. It's crazy. It's the most metal thing I've ever worked on. We have like space alien technology, pirate ships, fire-breathing sharks, which Matt was adamant that we were going to have. We have
fire-breathing sharks.
Yeah,
I know, I'm getting jealous.
Oh my gosh, very heavy metal. So much fun. Very heavy metal, and we have a team of excellent artists working with us. So we have Giuseppe Cafaro, who is Italian, and he worked with me on Synapse, which is another story that is an ongoing. Sorry?
Sorry, no, go on.
So Giuseppe is doing the artwork, and it looks fantastic, and I'm just so excited for people to get a taste of it because it's so much fun to write. And I love that, we have all of these amazing female pirate characters, which are just so badass. Like, I'm having the best time ever doing this.
Awesome. I can't wait to read it, and I can't wait to write marketing for fire-breathing sharks. That's going to be...
Exactly.
We're gonna
I
go
wanna
on
see-
Sharknado. We gotta cross promo Sharknado for it.
Yeah, I want a
Right.
fire-breathing shark in a tornado on a poster.
Well, I think Matt is actually helping. We're getting started on the cover, right? So we'll probably have some more art reveals and stuff soon. And so fun.
Yes.
That's awesome. Brendan, what's happening in your world? We talked a little bit about your savage vampire story, which is what I'm calling it. Can you give us a little bit more?
Look at savage crosses. Yeah, there's more. I'm still we're still waiting for season 2 of Heavy Metal, the magazine, the podcast to come. We've been going through some hosts there, so I'll be the host of that, the weekly show about the magazine. Savage has been going through some script labs. We've been refining it for the screen, so trying to get a really solid script to bring out to studios when the complete graphic novel comes out in December. So we're really excited about that. And
I think
besides that, Christmas.
I think it's coming out in Q1 now, FYI.
Oh, Q1?
Q1 for Savage.
All right. Well, that's good too. We still enjoy that. But then also, Matt has me. We got a couple other ones. We got Permafrost going. We got a lot.
Permafrost can be
nonstop for.
Are we allowed to
And I
talk
have
about
dinner with
permafrost?
them, too, so-
No, let's leave it at that because that's going to be part of New York Comic Con Alpha. So you guys got a little sneak peek there. But keep your eyes out for some press coming out in 2 weeks at New York Comic Con.
You did not hear it here. Don't tell anybody.
I didn't say a word.
and Matt, we know what's coming out with your new titles, but what can people expect that you can talk about from the magazine and from Heavy Metal, the company?
Great question. So, we're going to be making some pretty big announcements at New York Comic Con for the future of the company and how we're going to be thinking about intellectual property, merchandise, branding, other interesting product opportunities. But what I can say is that we're structuring the business so that we at Heavy Metal Entertainment can really focus on what you guys care about, which is the content and the creativity and the absurdity. And we're bringing in some really great partners to help facilitate the other sides of the business, that is the delivery system of how do we get the magazine to you guys and all that fun stuff. We're bringing some really awesome partners that we can talk about in a couple of weeks. So, Heavy Metal moving forward is going to be really, if we had 2 fire-breathing sharks, we're going to have 4 now.
We've got the budget for 4 sharks. And just to piggyback off of that, as far as like titles coming up, we also have The Door, which I mentioned, the Escorza Brothers. That collection is coming out. Eventually, we have Remnant. We have new issues of the magazine coming out monthly. And what other books am I missing? I'm looking around. I should know this. Who's the marketing director here?
You tell me.
We have the Savage Circus collection coming up. We do have Entropy out right now, which is sort of a Breaking Bad story from the universe of Tarna, kind of a villain story that's being done by Christopher Priest. We also have Starward by Steve Orlando coming out right now.
That one's good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Starward. And then, we have The Rise. Unfortunately, George, again, couldn't make it, but we do have The Rise coming out, which is not really a prequel, but a true origin story, he likes to say, for the Night of the Living Dead. So those are all some good titles that you guys can prepare to look for. And Swamp God by Ron Mars. Thank you, Brendan.
One of my faves. I really enjoy Swamp God.
Swamp God, Ron. I invited Ron. Unfortunately, he's at another convention this weekend, but Ron Mars, who has worked on Silver Surfer, Green Lantern, created Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, if you're a big Green Lantern fan. He has a series with us called Swamp God, which is a horror series set in the Civil War. So that one's really crazy. So those are all titles you can look for. And if you're interested, we did put up a code for 35% off for everybody at FanConXR. You can use FanConXR and you get 35% off all of Heavy Metal's books and magazines. That is live now on heavymetal.com. And yeah, I think we're going to take some questions if you guys are ready for questions.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out getting those books at such a great discount. We do have questions from the audience. If you have questions that you want to ask, if you look down to the right, you'll see raise hand, and just click that button and I'll be able to call on you and give you the microphone. But right now we have a question from Matt. Matt, go ahead. You have the microphone.
Cool, thank you. Hey guys, thanks for doing this. Just a real quick question for you. What kind of changes do you want to see in the industry sort of moving forward?
And the comic industry specifically? Is that what we're asking?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
All right, guys.
What changes in the industry?
Who should go first?
Let's start with Blake.
Okay. Well, I think for sure doing stuff like this. I mean, we're getting to reach a whole bunch of new types of technology merging together. And, you know, in this day and age when a lot of people might not be able to travel, I mean, this is incredible. You can come together and be able to like have this amazing experience in this incredible world. So I think that's one of the things I love most about heavy metal is they're always looking to push forward into different areas. And I mean, we also did a story together for Synapse, which was created for Wonderworks, which is their audio story, which was another amazing adventure to be able to write and to hear all of the incredible sounds they had attached to it. So hearing all of these different ways that they're moving into new technology, I really think that's the future. And I love that we're able to be a part of it.
Matt, what about you? What do you want to see from the comic book industry going forward?
Oof.
I know it's a big question.
And one I feel like I could get in trouble depending on how I answer. You know, I think we need to really have a push for better digital delivery of comic books. I think printed books are amazing. Don't get me wrong. My office is piled with all of our books and other books that I love. But as things like supply chain and paper costs get, you know, untenable these days, especially with global situations, having a outlet digitally where the creative can be judged and bought solely based on the creative, and creatives can actually make money on their books because publishers aren't spending 2x the cost of the creative on printed books, which is just like crazy these days. I think it's something that the fans of the industry need to push all of us and technology companies to demand delivery systems that allow the creative to be what we're all judging and not necessarily this other aspect of the product that ends up costing more than the creative itself. Printed books should become the collectible novelty, not the first mover of how we enjoy content.
Got it. And Brendan, what about you? What do you want to see from the comic book industry?
I mean, I prefer if every comic sold in comic stores was written by me in Savage Circus. No. I to see more original stories. Obviously, I'm not gonna go. I can't read 400 issues of Thor to know what's going on. Like more original stories, indie support, comic shops, and I do enjoy the digital, Matt. But we need a better way to read digital comics. I'm a big Kindle Oasis guy for my books. I read all my books on that thing now because they have paper-like technology. if they do an ink-like technology that doesn't have the glare, because I don't like reading them on the iPad either. There's a step forward that's going to take place, and then it'll be perfect.
I think it's actually just you going to every human being's house and reading them the comic.
That wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't
Read
no.
Savage Circus to us.
Yeah.
Do we have another question, Athena?
I have a question. What about immersive comics? Have you ever thought about branching out that way? I mean, to be fair, I have to say this is like a reunion, because the very first time we did a comic panel was with you and George. And so now I feel like we're sort of doing a reunion, only now we've branched out into this epic world, which by coincidence looks like above the ground. I was just staring at that poster going, I can't believe that just happened that way. But what about creating immersive comics where people can actually be inside the comic and experience it?
I think it's an inevitability that will obviously be something that every company will be looking at. But from a reading on the train, if we were able to create some sort of AR immersive experience through glasses, that would be pretty epic. And that's probably 10 plus years away. But immersive comics sitting at your desk, your computer, I think is a no-brainer. That when the technology gets to a place that those panels can really come to life, it'll be amazing.
Well, remember Marvel did motion comics for a long time. I think they might still, that they sold on iTunes, where you could get the comic and the panel would move. It would be more like a Ken Burns effect, but there was like motion in the comic. But a VR, I think VR or immersive comics you call it, is just like it's a completely different art form. Comics will always be a comic because it's stationary, it shows dialogue. It's like I guess what would you call an immersive book? Is just what, a movie? Like, I think we'd have to create something completely different. I don't think we should try to adapt comics into a different form as opposed to just making something new.
Got it. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, are there any other questions? Just click the little raise hand and I'll be able to give you the microphone. Any other questions?
At our panel earlier, we talked a little bit about like films and how they impacted comics in the industry. And one of the things, like the question earlier about where would you like to see the comic industry go, I think Brendan, you touched on this really well, is like more original stories, less cape and tights. Let's do the fun stuff, not just superheroes.
Yeah. Jeromy?
All right. Any other questions?
Do we have any other questions?
It can be personal. It can be.
It can be extremely personal. We're open books up here.
You could ask about getting into the industry, writing, heavy metal, creation process.
Blake, what was the last movie you saw?
Go ahead.
What was the last movie, did you say? I've been actually at home a lot. I saw Top Gun, which was amazing. I loved it.
The best movie of all time.
Oh, I
my
saw
arms
it
are
twice.
scraped up. I tried to do it.
But I did just finish watching Better Call Saul, which.
Oh, how was the finale?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. There was a lot. The thing I loved best about it was the way they handled the character development. The writing was just fantastic. So it's definitely worth it to watch it for that. But after watching Better Call Saul, then I'm diving into Cobra Kai with my son. Super fun. Cobra Kai. I'm in for it. I love it.
Very fun.
Awesome.
I love that.
Brendan is a big cinephile.
I brought it up because I just watched, which everyone should watch, the most heavy metal movie of all time on Netflix, RRR, the Bollywood action epic. It's 2.5 hours long. It was the biggest, most grossed movie in India. It reminded me so much of heavy metal. It's crazy. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Now I saw
Well, we
another
have
hand
another
go up.
question from the audience. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Matt, you have another question.
Kill time.
Yeah, first of all, RR was nuts. That was like the
Right?
craziest movie I think I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
it was a lot
That
of
was
fun. And
insane.
animals in it.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. I have a question. You guys recommend one comic that we should definitely be reading this week?
Heavy metal. No.
That's not
Heavy
from
metal.
that's not from your own comic. That's not from your own comic.
I mean, for me, I'm always an EC guy. I like the old Tales from the Crypt, Fall Horror, the Frontline stories. Any EC comic from like the 50s through 70s is amazing.
Like
And then
when you were born?
when-
When you were born, like those early comics from like the 40s.
yeah, but I read them all. They're the best comics ever made. And Paul Kirchner, The Bust. You can get this guy's collection online still. It used to weirdly end every heavy metal would be this like kind of Twilight Zone-esque comic strip about a bus, and it'll blow your mind. It's great.
What about you, Blake? Or Matt? Go ahead.
Blake, go.
I was just gonna say because Sandman's on TV, so I started watching that. So I had to go back. Yes, so I had to go back to my original Sandman. You know, all the way. I'm just rereading it all. Love it. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, Sandman. The quintessential Sandman is a must read. It was the issue where with Shakespeare was the last.
That one rocked.
That was the last comic to win a Pulitzer. That's a fun little note there. They stopped letting comics go for certain writing after that. Fun side note. Matt, what about you? Since you stole your answer, I bought you a little time.
Sorry.
Blake took the correct answer.
Took it.
Brandon, just so you know, Blake had the right
Matt,
answer.
we can share it. We can share it, Matt.
I could just ramble on 200 more.
I would say, for those of you who don't know who Jeff Lemire is and what he's doing in his little neck of the woods with Sweet Tooth and his newer stuff is pretty fantastic. So I would go over and read that if I was to suggest anything other than Sandman.
All the
If I had to
Richard
pick
Parker ones. Yeah.
If I had to pick one, it would probably be, and I'm going to regret saying this because I just made fun of hero comics, but I love Peach Momoko's Demon Days. And Peach has
really
actually done a cover and work for us before. And so, yeah, big fan of Demon Days.
Demon Days is superhero?
That's why I like it, is because it's like turns the whole superhero thing on its genre and does an alternate, like, Edo Japan samurai history story. So I think that's why I like it. I love the art.
Yeah, I would.
Go ahead.
Matt just cut out.
Oh, we lost him.
I don't know.
The robots again.
Oh no, did I die?
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
for
a little
second,
bit.
bud.
Hello, Marco.
Yeah, you're here.
Marco Polo.
Polo.
You were
What's up?
saying, Matt,
I'm back.
about Demon Days?
I was just saying, like that's using the term superhero very loosely there.
Yeah, it's I think that's what appeals to me about it, is it's like an alternate story. I'm being told that we are at time.
Totally.
And if we don't end on time, Brendan has to go dance with the disco guy. So,
I was gonna do that already, so
Yeah, we should make Brandon dance with the disco guy anyway.
I know there's no way I wasn't going to.
So let's go down the line and talk about where people can find you on social media, where they can keep up with all of your antics and what you have coming out. Go ahead, Matt, and then we'll go Brendan, and then Blake, and then I'll wrap up with the basic heavy metal stuff.
You can find me at Matthew Medney on all social media. New books, as we talked about, is coming to Simon Schuster this year. And I actually have a couple of new series starting next year that we'll announce soon that I'm pretty excited about.
Perfect. I can't wait, Matt. You guys can find me at Barney's Beanery most Sundays watching football.
Every karaoke night.
Every karaoke night. But no, I don't know. Look up Brendan in Savage Circus. You'll find me. Thank you guys so much.
Old Brendan on Instagram, and then Brendan Columbus on Twitter. I have to do this for him because I do his marketing. Go follow him. And see
I'm
all
getting
of
better
his
at it,
antics.
aren't I? I tagged you today.
Yeah, you did. I'm very proud of you.
I know. I'm doing better, man.
And Blake, let's talk about where people can watch you and find you.
Yeah, I'm on basically, I don't know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Imager. You can find me all over. And I'm excited to, this year, I have actually Assault or Attrition is coming in 2023, and that's the part 2 of Arena Mode. So the setting is going to change from dystopian New York City to like a massive dome in northern Alberta, which is going to be twice as violent and crazy as the original. So I think you guys will love it. So between that and the Blue Jackets, which is coming out, those are the new books that'll be promoted.
Now, Blake, I'm going to also be your marketing guy. You are the host of Heavy Metal's Instagram Live, and you actually had a great interview today.
Yeah, we had Chavo on.
We had Chavo Guerrero Jr., for those of you who are wrestling fans. He was on with Blake, and we do that on Instagram Live for Heavy Metal every Saturday. So definitely check out that in the upcoming season. And you can find everything that is Heavy Metal on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We are the Heavy Metal with that little blue check mark. That's how you know it's us.
That's
Except no substitution.
Right.
And thank you guys again for having us. And if you want to use that code, the code FanConXR is good for the entire week. It'll go all the way until Friday. You have until then to get 35% off your entire Heavy Metal purchase, excluding merch, just the comics and the magazine.
That's a great deal.
Yeah,
That's a great deal.
A pretty big discount.
35%.
That's a great deal.
We heard other people were going to be giving discounts, and we wanted to be competitive.
Well, you are. Well, thank you so much. This was an absolutely fantastic panel. We always love having the Heavy Metal family with us because you are family. And
we love you, Athena. So come on.
Aw, thank you. We have another panel coming up, which we would love to invite all of you to come to, especially because you guys saw the Galactic Forest and then you've seen Horizon City, but the next one is in the Undead District. So if you haven't seen Undead District, this is a really amazing world. You feel like zombies are just going to come around the corner at any moment and like rip your head off. So it's way up your alley, Brendan. Our next panel is going to be starting in about 4 minutes. The portal is, where did the portal go? Yeah, the portal's right behind this stack of boxes. And Brendan, if you want to turn on fly, you can go pole dancing with our dancing guy. Otherwise, the portal's right back there, and you can check out the Undead District as we have Stranger Comics doing their panel.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thanks so much,
Blake,
guys.
Thanks, boys.
Matt,
Awesome.
Blake, Brendan, you guys come take a picture. Matt.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna take a selfie with just right over here. Just come stand next to me. I'm right behind you.
Blake, behind you. I'm only doing panels in VR anymore. This is easy.
So Blake, come stand next to Brendan.
Okay, wait. Am I there?
Are you? Yeah. Don't walk in real life. I made that mistake.
You guys are back to back. So Blake, you're inside Jeromy. Living every woman's dream. Is this?
All right.
Yeah.
How are we now?
I think we're looking great.